Hello, I am Bentham. Welcome back to Factorio Living with Biters. And in the previous episode, we added some more power stuff, and we're also doing a bit of work with walls right now to try and keep the biters out of our little science area here. Unfortunately, well, they can walk between the labs. Well, that's annoying. We'll have to do this with all of them. I'm trying to save on walls because I need them to do stuff, but apparently I'm gonna have to. I might just sort of trim things down on the edges a bit so we can steal a couple and make use of them elsewhere. Because they're going to be in short supply, what with us using them constantly to block up gaps and such. So if we do all this, then they can't fit through those gaps, can they? No, that can't be a thing. So yeah, oh, get off me. I'm hoping that this will empty out. At the moment, there's only one in there, two. Oh, come on. You're gonna... Aha! No, you need to move. Go on. I think it's done anyway. I think we've managed to cordon it off. If this guy would just move, which he's refusing to do. Come on. Oh, he's gone. There we go. Right, that should be the science blocked off, though there are a few gaps in the wall. We can fix some of that. We do have enough to make a few more walls. I just want to make sure. Oh wow, he's got in there. Okay, so this is not biter proof yet, not by far, but it's close. It's unlikely that biters are going to get in. That one seems to have got in. He's gone out again. There might be some more stone now. Let's go. I just want to try and get as many things as I can cordoned off. Just so that we can. I just want things to be biter proof. It makes everything so much easier. So let's see if we can get a nice rounded number of stone, because that makes things easier. We got 10 more here. Ooh. Getting stuck on all the biter nests. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Oh, we do. Hang on. Right, we'll craft. How many more do we need? I think it's 3. So one more. Boom! 100% biter proof. They cannot get in. Excellent. Now we just need to do this for every other system in the factory. It may take a while. We'll get there. It'll happen. What if I should put some lights around here? I think I might, if I can reach. Actually, there's no area covered by power that isn't being used. Oh well. So yeah, the moment this is built up. This is all building up. Eventually, the inserter should build up all the way back to the inserter factory, and then we might actually get the gears building up, and then we might get the iron over here building up, and that will be excellent. But we do unfortunately need to steal a bit of this stuff right now because we're quite low on iron. We had like half a stack, so unfortunately we must sort of ruin the system a little bit. With any luck, it's enough now for the thing to keep running, even if I do take quite a bit of iron out of it. I wonder if there's any like spare iron here. Not really. Let's refuel that. Let's grab another stack of steel, why not? Now, how much does it take to make... It takes 10 stone bricks to upgrade the steel furnaces. I'm wondering if we do that, if we just, like, double up all the production here. Because if we can get if we get twice the production of iron, then we can start siphoning off half of it to other things. There we go with lab efficiency. Let's try batteries, because they're part of the oil industry that we'll have to get on with fairly soonish. Bit of spare stone there. There we go, we've got another 30 of that, so we can make 4 furnaces right there, and I think that's how many we will make. Actually, I think I'll make 1 more for the steel. We get twice as much steel production, because we're about to use a bunch of steel to make some more of these furnaces, or we already have done. So 1 more. There we go, take that, make furnace number 5. Work our way back through this base here. And over to here, where we will put them on the first 2 on each side, and then 1 there as well, and that should be excellent. Of course, it'll use up the coal a little bit faster. We can do something about that if we just put in an inserter here and a chest, put a bit of coal in it, then that's fueled for 3 times as long as it otherwise would have been. So now that we have more iron smelting, we need a bit more iron mining. We need specifically 2 more miners, I think, to keep everything fully backed up. At the moment it is still backed up, but it's probably running down just a smidge, so yeah. We'll stick another 2 mining drills and see how that goes. See if we can get things lined up fairly nicely. It is always a bit awkward when you have to maneuver around all the biter bases, though down in this section there aren't any, so that shouldn't be too much of a difficulty. This one here can go like, hang on, maybe this one. Oh, batteries have been done. Next, we'll do that one, why not? I'm just sort of picking random ones. If we want this down here, yeah, we want this to be like that. And then this one can go here, I guess. And then we can fill in the gap later with more mining drills, I guess. Right, there we go, both of them powered. Even more iron production. Oh, a biter's attacking somewhere. It's down in the power area. Is that the one that was there before? Because last episode there was one that was stuck against the steam engine, like the last one on the column that I was worried about. Is that what he's attacked? Whatever it was, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. It was the steam engine. So was it that particular biter, I wonder, or was it another one? Either way, they did basically no damage to it. They did 6 out of 300, which is good, because that suggests that they can't break through steam engines, in which case I should make my walls out of steam engines. I guess that makes a fair bit of sense, actually. I don't know why we don't do that more often. I forget how much health walls have, though. I do have a wall right here that I can check. Walls have... oh, they have 350 health. Okay, so it's better to make your walls out of walls. Fair enough. Yeah, the coal mining is all absolutely fine here. This should all carry on running absolutely fine and dandy. Don't need to worry about it, apart from apparently the occasional biter attack. I could maybe fence off this bit too. Oh, actually, we're using up copper at quite a rate right now. It's all run down. I wonder. Let's add in another mining drill, and well, we've got a spare furnace right here. Let's just plonk it down. Normally you would have 2 furnaces to 1 mining drill, but you always end up with it not quite backed up. So what I like to do is have 1 less than you need in terms of furnaces, and that means everything will fill the belts nicely. There we go, with more sciencey stuff. Let's have that one. I forget if there's a particular thing I need to be aiming for now, but if there is, I'm not aiming for it. I'm just picking random research that I feel like. There we go, we've added on a little bit more copper production, so that should help with that. Hopefully this will stay backed up, because if it doesn't, I'll probably not notice for a long time, until it's got all the way down to the main base, quite possibly. Anyway, circuits all nicely built up. Irons nicely built up. Gears getting there. Oh yeah, the inserters have almost built up to the machine, and from that point the gears will build up. I've noticed this thing is now useless, so I'll just clear that away. Bit of a mess of belts here that we've ended up with. I mean, this doesn't even go anywhere. I sort of had a vague idea of doing a main bus here, and then completely changed my mind, and it's now sort of useless. But anyway, that's all fine. How's the steel? We'll grab a bit more. I like to have 3 stacks of it. We've not got quite enough for 3 stacks. I like to have a rounded number in my inventory as well, so whatever. At the moment there's no particular urgent need. I think we'll resupply on circuits, and we'll do it from this chest here, because then we can get the right amount. We could also do with a stack of gears, though again I'm not too keen on wrecking the production just as it's getting really good. But we'll resupply just a bit, and hopefully it won't cause too much of an issue. We got a bit over a stack. I mean, it's not much. If we wanted to go out and build an outpost somewhere, we would need a bit more than this in terms of stuff. Let's make a couple of bits of materials while we're here. Just make sure we've got a good supply of stuff. Get some more power poles. Let's get some of the long-range power poles as well. We should probably start fitting our base with those, seeing as we just researched them. Let's stock up on steel axes as well. Make a couple of those. What else? Make some lights. Oh, we don't need any of the military stuff, of course. That reminds me, in the last episode I built a radar, and I would like to go and actually place that down somewhere, get that set up. so that we can get some more scanning done, because we can only see so far. We need to find more oil deposits, if nothing else. And it would also be good to find more water, because at the moment we don't have much in the way of it. Oh, actually. Oh, being interrupted by some science. Do that one. Okay, so there's some water up here, which is good, I guess, because there's some fairly open areas around here, and it's also near quite a few bits of oil, so it may actually be a good idea to set up the oil system right over there, and then just sort of pipe things in or whatever. I still need to do a bit of research on trains. I've got like a game that I was playing for a bit to do some tests of how the biters would react, but I never actually tried running them over with cars or trains. I need to check to see if that results in horrific death. Speaking of which, something's blowing up down in iron. Oh, actually blowing up. That's not good. Let's go find out what this is. What this time? It's something around here again. It's another inserter. They really don't like the inserters, do they? Let's build a replacement one. Plonk it right there. So yeah, this is an area we need to cordon off, which should be extremely easy to do. But we need the walls for that, and we don't have them at the moment. It's going to be a while before we can build them up. I might want to up the stone production a bit to get on with that. But anyway, back up here again, because we didn't put in our radar. That was what we came up for. So we need to check the map. And I think we might have our positioning perfect straight away. Let me just... Yep, that's fading away. It is dead on this spot right here. So let's just plonk it down there, like so. That'll use up a fair bit more of our power supply, but that should not be an issue because we've got plenty of it. We doubled it up last episode when we didn't really need to. Well, that's interesting. The radar consumption is exactly equal now to the science lab consumption. Actually, it's not, based on that. Oh, then again, that's... If we do go to 5 seconds, yep, the consumption is exactly equal. That's interesting. But anyway, we've got another whole stack of bricks there. That's good. And then there's another 30 bricks in here. Excellent. Let's grab a bit more, so we can go and build some more walls. Now, how many we don't have enough to say cordon off the iron smelting or anything like that, but we'll get there. Speaking of getting there, let's see if we can get through this biter base. That's the annoying thing. I can never clear this away. I'm always going to have to maneuver through it. Eventually I'll learn the perfect way to go through it, I imagine. Maybe we'll eventually develop particular ways to clear away these, though they may be a little bit cheaty, because the entire point is that I'm supposed to be living peacefully with the biters, except when I shout at them for getting in my way, and that's their own fault, really. This is all still looking good. Have they? Oh, yes, the gears are building up. It's happening. We're getting there. I'm going to ruin it again by stealing yet more iron to keep myself supplied. In fact, a good place to steal iron from is this belt here, because it's just this big long thing that I can hoover up off. So there we go. We've got to like half of what I usually like to have. And steel should have made some progress, except I've also used up some steel, so whatever. We've still got 2 stacks. And we could do with a little bit more coal. Let's grab that. There we go. And I think I'll check up on the science. So what's our situation right now? What could we want? We might want to do this one. It's usually a good idea to get like at least one of the inserter item stack size bonuses. Just because it, like, the first one will double the unloading rate from between 2 chests and things like that. Engines maybe, though that's a risky area. I don't know if I do want to go in that direction. Electronics, advanced electronics, that's something we definitely want to do. And of course all the military stuff is entirely irrelevant, so we may just not bother researching it at all, though I feel like that could come back to bite me one day, because if things ever do go sour with the biters, I'm going to need a lot of defensive capability very fast. I mean, basically I'd be screwed. If they all went hostile, the worms would annihilate pretty much all my base. Maybe this, like a small sliver here, would survive, and apart from that I'd be screwed. I do wonder if I should try building a fortress somewhere. Like, find a particularly open area and then just build a ridiculously, like, walled-in fort with, like, some laser turrets that aren't connected up to the power yet, so that one day, should something horrible happen, I can connect them up and just go crazy. That's interesting. This hasn't built up. That seems weird. It should have, as far as I can tell. Let's add in one more mining drill just to keep things going as fast as they possibly can. We could probably add in some more. In fact, yeah, I'll add in some more smelters because we're still not perfect in that respect. And if we have the capacity to upgrade, then why shouldn't we? There we go. And let's go. Well, now we'll need yet another mining drill. We'll fill in this gap here, I think. Like this. That, I guess. It's all a bit messy, but as long as everything does get mined, there's no real argument. The only issue is this building up. We may need to research. Oh, that might be why things were not backed up, because there's a bit of an issue with things moving along quick enough. That's the thing. Usually people will have a system that has a coal belt and an ore belt separate. Though I usually upgrade fairly quickly to the next to the electric furnaces, so I don't bother with that, and then I just convert the central line into ore only. So yeah, this is an issue that I've had before. This happened in Rail World. My entire iron system was limited until I finally got to the level of electric furnaces. Whoops. We can always add in like another furnace assembly along here, do something like that. I mean, we could just... Yeah, let's move the whole thing. Let's do that. Because it may actually be a while before we do sort things out. And I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm going to actually change things rather than letting them get worse and worse. So we'll just move the whole thing up by 1. And it shouldn't be too much of a faff. There we go. And we run this down here. And now the issue is power, because this is something people always have to factor in, because you need 2 inserters, and of course the thing is too wide as it is. So, ooh, more signs. Right, we'll do advanced electronics. So you actually have to space these out a bit. That's something I didn't consider, but what we could try, if we do this, and that clears away fairly quickly, we'll get rid of that one last bit. So we can move... Right, let's... Okay, we're going to disconnect everything for a second. I want to get this right. So we move this right up here. And then... Oh, that one could be powered... No. Okay, we'll have a gap there. These together. Then a gap, these together. And we can fit a gap. Ooh. Science is happening. What do we want now? We want this one. We can move this up by 1, that's not an issue. And we'll have to mess about with these a bit. And these, and this whole thing is going to have to move. But in the long run, it's a very good idea. We'll do that. And that. Then we need a few long-armed inserters, quite a few. We just craft a bunch of random inserters to keep us supplied for a while. And then we can put the power in, and it lines up perfectly. And then we need to actually have the unloading system, which can go like so. We'll get the power on this. And then we can put in the steel one again, get that all back up and running. 2 chests, 1 full of coal. And that's all running again, and then... Oh, this... we haven't got the line going far enough. There we go. And then we need to do the same on this side, and I realise that doesn't actually line up right, but we can easily fix that by just moving this up by 1. In fact, we could move it up by more if we wanted, but actually that wouldn't line up perfectly with the ore, so we'll not mess about that much. Oh, logistics is done. We are really burning through the science now. Let's do solar energy, even though that's pretty much irrelevant because the biters don't care about pollution anyway. Come on, you. You're in my way. Off you go. And then we put them in just the same on this side. In fact, I could have made this a bit cleverer if I just move these down a bit. I'll just do it on this side. Oh, I put in the wrong kind of furnace on that end. And also, it's not powered. There you go. Okay, let's get rid of that. Put that there. Put these. Come on, you. I'll put that one in anyway. Oh, he's moving, and he's gone. We need to move this up by one. Oh, where's he running to? I hope he doesn't get stuck on anything. Doesn't look like he has, okay. And that. And then the same thing as on the other side, so we can just mirror what we've got there. Oops. And then unloading. Oh, now this guy's in the way. Well, I'll just do the other bits while I wait for him to move. That's the thing. At the end of the day, if you give them a bit of time, they'll wander off of their own accord. And sometimes they won't. And sometimes you can't even move them with belts. What's going on here? Come on. What are you doing? This guy, is he just stuck? He might actually be stuck. I'll get rid of this. See if I can do. There we go. Oh no, that wasn't enough movement to get him out of the way. That is, and then we can put that there. Put that there. And now let's be more clever with the power, because we can do this. And just have 3 power poles power the entire thing. And there we go, it's all kicking in. We got all of the ore production, and there's a bit of coal on there, but that'll be cleared away in not too short. Actually, I'll do it manually because it might end up being a bit of a pain on the end bit. Let's go. Let's put all the ore in that one. Bit of coal. There we go. Okay, so we've upgraded the power. Just need that belt there. Whoops. There we go. So now there's a lot more capacity, and we can upgrade all of these to the level 2 furnaces. But that is all we have time for today. So everything's looking all right at the moment. Things are improving. They're getting there. We'll try and do some more walling, I think, in the next episode. So I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.